Ayers, and I am Almost Future Executive Senior Sales Director of the Divine Daughters unit, and they're all here with the Soul Sisters. This is Sarah, my Senior Almost National Sales Director and very best friend.
Get that on camera.
Today, I love her. I mean, shoot, who doesn't? Today we're talking about the power of thought. So we're talking about the power of thought, you guys. And the way that this came about is in order to be excellent, your mind has to be right. Mm-hmm. And if your mind is not right, you're not going to be good at anything that you do. You're not going to be good for the people around you. You're not going to be good in your job. Get your mind right. Okay, so that's how this developed. And she asked me actually to train on rising up reds, which I don't feel like you can rise up anybody if your mind is not right. So we're going to work on that. And I'm going to give you some exercises to do and some homework, and we're going to get you there. Okay, so this is going to be a whole new thought process for you and a whole new way of living your life. Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you, who knows what the law of attraction is? Has anybody ever heard of the law of attraction?
I've heard of it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you the exact definition of the law of attraction, okay? The law of attraction is the name given to the maxim, like attracts like, which in New Thought philosophy is used to sum up the idea that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, a person brings positive or negative experiences into their life. Did you get that? So basically, the law of attraction means like attracts like, okay? So whatever you're putting out is real energy. It is real, true science that a thought is actually mental energy. It's real. It's not something that we just think up, but a thought is actual mental energy. So whatever you're putting out is what's going to come back to you, okay? So the law of attraction, that's what we're going to train on tonight. It's the most powerful law in the universe, okay? The most powerful law in the universe. So right now, we're going to just start off immediately with an exercise, and this is for you guys too. For right now, at this very moment, I want you to write down 10 things that are good in your life. Yep. And that's just for now. When you go home, you're going to finish that with another 40.
That's
10
good.
things that are good in your life. Now, this is where your thoughts are going to change because you're thinking, I don't even have that many good things in my life. Wrong. Yes, you do. You're breathing. You can see. You can feel. You can hear. Right? You can love. Start writing those 10 things down and let me know when you're done, okay? The law of attraction. I love it. While you're doing that, I'm just going to share a little bit more information with you. We create our own reality, you guys. We create our circumstances by the choices that we make, and the choices that we make are fueled by our thoughts. So our thoughts are the most powerful thing that we have. What we think determines who we are, which in turn determines who we attract into our life. Okay? So if you're constantly thinking to yourself, I can't do that, I can't get a good job, I can't do this, or I'm overweight, I can't lose weight, and it's easy for everybody else, that is all a bunch of crap. You're lying to yourself. You're telling yourself these things that are not true. So what I'm trying to do today is to help you find out what truth you can tell yourself that's really true. That's not true of you, Courtney. Like if you were to say, I'm just not that smart. Is that really true of yourself? No. Would you let somebody else tell you that? Would you let somebody else call you the things that you call yourself in the mirror? No. That is what we want to change today. So from now on, only positive thoughts. And guess what? That's what's going to come back to you. Okay? Everything in life is energy. Okay? I love biology and science. That's like my favorite thing ever. But everything is energy, which is what we think and feel. Okay? Energy is what we think and what we feel. Isn't it crazy to know that a thought is mental energy? It has power. Like, isn't that just crazy to wrap your mind around? So the things that we see, that we read, that we speak, that we focus on, sends vibes out into the universe. And that is what we bring back into our lives. Every single one of us has vibrations, okay? And they're either good or they're bad. And so remember that it starts with your thoughts. And then it becomes reality, because what you're thinking, you speak, and then it becomes real to you. That's the story that you're telling yourself. So what happens when you, Cindy, say, I can't get any bookings? That's what you're bringing to yourself. And what happens when you say, well, I see all these people and they're excited, but then they won't book? They're never going to, because that's the energy that you're sending out.
Yep.
Change that. And the moment you have that thought, oh, no, actually, that's wrong. Just
I'm going to
kidding.
get a booking in a second.
I'm going to get a booking. And I'm going to tell you a little story. I was watching a show, and there was this actor on TV who decided to change his thought processes, okay? And he was with a lot of other successful people in the room, okay? So he starts sharing this story about how he's traveling all over the world, and he thinks in his mind, I need a better producer. I need to get a better producer. That very night, in a different country, he goes to dinner and he meets his producer.
Wow.
That's no accident. He brought that about because that's what he was thinking. And don't you know that every successful person in that room was like, oh, that happens to me all the time. And I started thinking to myself, oh my gosh, why is my life so different right now? That kind of thing keeps happening to us.
Same here. I mean, I'm living in
both
that.
of us.
I'm getting chills about it.
Why is this happen? Why does somebody want me to write a book?
Yeah.
Why does somebody want to put me on a TV show?
Right.
Why?
Yep.
Like,
because we believe it.
I believe that about myself. I believe I'm worthy of that. I deserve to feel good.
Amen.
Right now, in this moment, you all deserve to feel good.
Wow.
No matter who you are, you deserve to feel good about yourself. You deserve to feel good about the kind of mother you are, the kind of daughter you are. You deserve to feel good about that.
Shame and guilt and all that is not of God.
Has got to go.
It's not of God.
You have to release
the
it.
other day at church, they said that the lie you tell yourself is that's just the way I am. And God is the one that brings the change in your life, and you have to want that change. And the lie is that's just the way I am.
But the good thing is God gave us choices. So he is a God of choices. So he did the Adam and Eve. I mean, he had 24 trees with fresh fruit that Adam and Eve could eat. Yet there was one tree, the forbidden fruit, and they chose to eat that fruit. So guess what? We have a choice.
And it was wrong, and they knew it was wrong, but they chose to do it anyways.
And then what followed is shame and sin and the consequences. So yeah, I mean, we get to choose though. If we put life in our bodies and the words that we speak of our children, our husbands, our friends, over our own lives, like I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and you can too.
It's true.
We all have the same power. Not some Holy Ghost
No.
lady over there, or the pastor at Thomas Road. Does
It's
he
so
just have a
true.
special power? No, we all have the power because God laid his
And it's
life
all the
down
same.
at the cross for us.
It's all the
We
same.
can all tap into it though.
The successful people choose to live life differently. They choose the things that they say to themselves. They choose their actions. They choose their reactions. They choose to be different, to go above and beyond. Ordinary and extraordinary. They just do the extra. That the extra 10 things that you don't want to do, like get up early and go to bed late because
They
you
do
have
that.
to send these emails and you have to talk to this person. And no, you might not want to share with that person, or you might not want to talk to her. You might not want to do it. Do it anyways.
Yeah.
You get to choose that if you get to do it anyway. So we're going to bring it back here. So, okay, so those are our vibrations that we send out. So here's an affirmation, and I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say it out loud right now. I am available.
I am available
To more good
to more good
than I've ever experienced,
than I've
ever experienced,
realized, or imagined.
or imagined.
Let's say it again, all together. I am available to more good than I've ever experienced, realized, or imagined before. That is what you need to tell yourself every single day. You deserve that. Speak life into yourself. How can you recruit somebody or help somebody else if you're not good inside? You have to be good inside to help others. And you know what? That's what we're called to do. Jesus said to help others. We have to. But you can't help anybody if you're not right up here and you're not right here. So we're going to get that right now. So you have to create a higher vibration within yourself to get to the good stuff.
Oh, good.
Okay?
That's good.
Literally, go like this. Everybody go like
Everybody
this.
move.
Go like this. Can you feel that? This is a ball of good energy right in between your hands. Can you feel it?
Wow. It's like getting me
Can
chills.
you feel that ball of good energy? This is yours to do with whatever you want. Are you going to keep it and put it in your heart and your mind and just continue to climb with these vibrations up and up and up and up and up to the good stuff? That's where it is. That's where God is. He's up here, right? But we can reach him.
Yep.
Good.
Yes.
How's your hands feel? Do you feel that tingling?
Yeah, actually, I do feel
That's
tingling.
your good energy. Okay, you guys? That's your good energy. You need to focus on that every single day. So guess what? My challenge to you, and I can challenge you all I want to, but you need to challenge yourself.
It's good.
So I want you to challenge yourself to finding your own personal law. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Find your own personal law. The society's rules about how I have come from limited resources and I probably can't get to where I want to go because I'm limited is a lie. I don't accept that and it doesn't apply to me. Okay? I'm good and I'm going to get there. Society's rules of limitations do not apply to me. That's my personal law.
Amen.
They don't apply to me. I won't accept it.
Amen.
I'm out of that. So guess what? You get to choose that too. Are you going to continue to live within society's limitations of what they say you can do, of what people say you can do? Because I'm going to give you a little tip. Be careful who you share your dreams with.
Amen. Okay?
Because there are people that will say, you can't. Sorry. You're just, look at where you come from. It's just not going to happen for you. You can't.
What I ran into all this week with my own.
You don't listen to that. Okay, so you don't share your dreams.
You don't share
with
anything
them.
with them.
You might only have one person that you can share your dreams with. You might not have anybody that you can share your dreams with. But guess what? As long as you continue with that good energy and you believe in yourself, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So what is your personal law? That's going to be part of your homework. What is my law? Okay, you're challenging yourself. I'm not challenging you because you need to challenge yourself. Take responsibility for your thoughts. Okay? We're going to move on. Your positive vibrations creates a ripple effect that comes back to you as long as you don't get in the way. So now you say, well, how do I get in the way? Like, how is it that I'm getting in my own way? Well, what are you telling yourself? Why don't I have it? Why can't I do it? Is she better than me? You're getting in your own way of your own personal law and your own personal vibrations. Okay, so it's like water. You have this good energy and you're rippling it out, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, why don't I have that? Well, there you've stopped yourself. Right there. Now you're going to have to get past that again by going back to your thought process and saying, that doesn't matter what she has right now, just like Sarah was saying. It's in God's timing, and you have to get yourself right before you can have it. Get yourself right. And why can't I do it? You can. Who's telling you that you can't? Yourself? Other people? So does their laws apply to your law? Your personal law? Who are you? What are you standing in? What do you stand for? They say if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That is true. That is truth.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what anybody else
down.
tells you. Okay? So if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Figure out your personal law. What do you stand for? Okay? Be sure that you're sharing your dreams with like-minded people that will tell you that you can.
Yes.
Because you really can. If somebody would have told me when I signed my agreement on February 17th of 2011 that I would have a brand new car 2 months later, I would have said, you are crazy. No, I can't. But guess what? This one was telling me that I could, and I started to believe it. And then I would go home and be like, Robert, Sarah said I could get my car, like, in just a couple months. Like, do you think I can do that? And he's like, girl, you can do anything. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And she really
well,
can.
then I'm going to.
She really can.
So I started believing it myself, and everything changed. That's when everything changes in your life. So what you think about, you bring about. Okay? Let me tell you about some other stories that I heard today. So there's this book, and this is going to be part of your homework. It's actually a movie as well. And if you're a reader, fine. If you're a movie watcher, fine. But it's called The Secret. And every one of you needs to either watch it or read it. Like, immediately. Because it's going to change your life.
Not funny.
Okay.
I have it.
Have you not read it?
No.
Well, then.
I have it as CD.
Okay. Then you better plug it in because it's going to change your life. Yes. So The Secret. So let me tell you this story. So there's a show that was formulated from Oprah based on The Secret. Okay. There's a woman by the name of Susan Wong, and she is a producer or a host of House Hunters. She's a Oriental lady. So she watched this movie, The Secret, and she's like, oh my gosh, I want to send this to Oprah. Like, for, she just, do you ever have that happen? Like, all of a sudden you just get this thought and you're like, well, why did I have that thought? That's weird, but I'm going to obey it because it's weird, but you just do it. So she just had this thought, and she went out and bought 100 copies of this book, spent $3,000, and sent it to people. And one of them was Oprah. So here is the craziness about law of attraction. When she did that, she was also having at the same time the same thought that I really would like to heighten the world's vibrations. I would like to heighten, but how do I do that? I'm just Susan Wong. I don't really have like how can I reach the world? Simultaneously, she sends this book to Oprah. It sits in Oprah's office for a month and a half before the package was ever opened. And the night before, the person that opened it, her name was Lauren, the night before she opened it, she watched The Secret. So then she goes in the office, she opens it, and she's like, The Secret? I just watched this last night. That's so weird. So she gives it to Oprah. Now, Oprah gets a lot of stuff, you guys, and not everything gets to her. But this little book did. And so Oprah read it, and life-changing, and she's like, you know what's really crazy is I live by The Secret, but I didn't know it was a secret. Like, this is how I live my life. Who's the most famous woman in the world? Oprah Winfrey. Like, she is amazing. So she decides to do a show. And guess what? Susan wanted the world's vibrations heightened, and everybody watches Oprah, and it reaches not just the United States, but all over the world. So what she thought about, she brought about, because she took steps, not even knowing how it was going to work or come together, but the law of attraction made it happen. Amen. Now, let me tell you another story that actually happened with that same person. This is what's really crazy about the law of attraction. So she decided to go ahead and postulate it and say, you know what? I'm going to be on this show. I don't have a ticket, and I don't even know if I could get a ticket, but I'm going to buy a flight. I'm going to book a hotel at the hotel where all of Oprah's guests stay, and I'm just going to, it's going to happen. Like, I'm going to postulate it. It's going to happen. So she does. She books a flight. The morning that her flight was leaving, she got a call from the producers of Oprah. Hey, we want you to come on our show. Wow. She's like, what in the world? So she got right on that flight, and which she was going to get on anyways. And she, made it to the Oprah show.
We have a couple stories we can add to that.
Yes, but does that make sense? Yeah, let me finish. So what I want you to realize is she didn't know what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. She could have gotten on a plane and gotten there and not gotten into Oprah if her thoughts were wrong. But they weren't, and she wasn't accepting anything less. So do you think that working this business and, calling people to book, it might work out, it might not, but what are you thinking about? Like, what are you thinking about when you're doing it? So she thought about it, and she brought about it. I mean, crazy. But that is the law of attraction. So what are you doing? Yeah. Did you want to share something?
Well, I mean, it's not set in stone yet, but there's a lot going on that's the same law of attraction that's been happening in our own lives. I mean, well, I'll tell you a tidbit. I don't know if it's legit yet, but because Mary Kay's been in my life, and I've answered it wasn't easy getting to seminar this year with kids, and she wasn't going, so that really bothered me. And there was just a lot of obstacles, but I knew that I had to be there. And I had people like you saying, I'm going, so you're going, right? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going. There was never a thought that I wasn't going. It just was it's always hard with the family, like scheduling time to go to Dallas. But I knew I had to be there. Like it wasn't even like, I knew I needed to be there for Mary Kay, but it was something else. Okay. It was just crazy. And I knew God would carry me.
You were listening to the universe.
Oh, I was.
Something was speaking to her. It was
crazy.
And she was being obedient.
So I go there, have the best time of my life, hang out with Rachel, hang out with a lot of people, change in a lot of moments, lots of cool things happen. I get home. Well, okay, so there was a Jordan Sparks concert. Were we not a bucket of tears? Like when I'm saying like good tears, it was the best show. I've been to a lot of concerts, okay? It rocked my world. And I'm just like, this girl, like, has energy, has confidence in herself. She had, like, a vivacious, big old booty. I loved her. I'm like, get that on, Bill. She's amazing. She had the best dress. I loved her. And anyway, so I come back home thinking I'm just there for Mary Kay, right? Well, I get a text from a number in Dallas, Texas. And I'm like, is that Mary Kay? Because it's 972-687 and then ... And anytime Mary Kay calls me, it's those numbers. So I'm like, well, I'm believing that it's somebody in Dallas, Texas. So I answer. I'm like, oh. So it's a text, and the guy says, hey, I'm the producer of the Jordan Sparks show at Mary Kay. This is literally happening in my life right now because I believe that God's going to do big things.
Because he's going to use us for
He
a
is.
bigger platform.
He is.
So it's not that we're great.
No.
But I
We're peons,
know
but God just allowed us to believe.
that we have huge
We do. We're
platforms
not even
coming.
near done.
Huge.
This is like
because
huge.
he
What did he want?
has something to say. Well,
So he said, we spotted you, and we would like to produce you, and we want you to be on the biggest beauty blog in the world. Now, is it legit? Guess
don't know.
what? It's out of my control to live in fear or to guess or to think it's legit until I get a contract.
yeah.
But the things we've been talking now for over a month, and he said the lawyers in the entertainment department, it's crazy. There's not red flag. I can read you his last post to me. I was like, where? I'm freaking out. I want to tell the world. He's like, this is where you're going to need patience in this industry. And I'm like, I know. And God's working on that. But like, I just don't want to be dangling. Like, I'm just like, So he said, national's your platform, but this is going to like just change so many people's lives. Like, and it's not even going to be about me because I don't feel worthy to be on any video.
But here's what's really crazy.
So then, quickly, hold on. So a week prior, driving home from Dallas,
yeah.
I get a message from a pastor who is a prophet. Like, he knows what's going on in the spirit realm. And he said, just get ready because God is about to double everything in your life, like your expectations, okay? I then meet Andrea Vance because I was at a skincare party for Ebony Mayo. This girl who had met me at the nail salon, I don't remember her, but she remembers me. She's like, I've already met you before. I'm like, oh, where did we meet? She said, the nail salon, girl. I'm like, yes, okay. And we like hit it off. Well, she wanted to come over to buy my chair covers that I bought because I have a vision bigger than being at a hotel. I have a vision that we're going to open up an executive national suite that is going to rock your all socks off one day.
Yes.
So I buy 200 chair covers and 14 ivory pristine tablecloths because God said buy them. So I said, okay. I'm not sure why, but all right. So I buy them from a lady. And I'm sitting there like, why? Cool. I'm going to have a studio. So I have 200 of these. Well, then I decide that I don't need 200 because that's just like, when have we ever had 200 people in a meeting? So I'm thinking like realistic. So I post 100 of them on a yard sale site. And I get exactly my money back for what I bought the whole bundle for. This is God. The girl that comes to my house is the girl that met me at the nail salon that was at the debut party that we laughed, we connected. She's like, I'm coming to see you. We're going to vision cast. She owns 6 businesses. I didn't know this at the skincare party. She loves me. She leaves my house. It wasn't me she loved. It was God in me, okay? I'm imperfect. I'm just Sarah, but God can use anybody, okay? She comes to my house, speaks into my life. It's like, I'm not buying the chair covers yet, but like, can we just like divide them out? I will be back on the 18th of August to see you again. I'm buying them. But we're going to team up and do something great. So in the meantime, I've got free chair covers for a studio that's going to be awesome. But then she sends me a message a week after meeting me, and she said, God specifically told me to pray for you. And when I was praying for you, a vision of double your expectations, double the whole journey that you're on, double everything. I can read you all this.
That's just what the pastor
This just
said.
confirmed his.
Wow.
Okay. Then, I mean, I'm shaking because of all that God's doing. So then all of a sudden, like, consultants are coming out of nowhere to come to my house. Like, I've had 7 consultants show up, 7, of course, yesterday to bring stuff for this girl that her house burned out. Like, I'm not worthy. I'm in my PJs. Look at how bad I look. I'm like, what? I'm so sorry you're here. But I'm not apologizing anymore because I'm like, I'm not going to do it. It's not about me being perfect.
It's a bigger picture that's way beyond you.
Yeah. So in
Way
the
beyond
meantime,
any of
I'm
us.
falling in love more madly with my husband than ever before. Like, I think he's hotter than I've ever thought he's. This is just on a side note because God is radically changing my mind, and I'm being filled in the spirit realm.
No, I said you're being filmed.
Oh,
Okay,
hi.
check about how hot that is. Hey, Matt.
I'm like, it's awesome. So anyways, that's a God thing. Because
Okay.
he's always been hot. But then we're going and meeting with a lady who lives in the spirit realm and has been praying over us. Okay, and she's untapping things that I always knew about myself, but I didn't understand, and I like pressed down. So for instance, whereas you guys might not be able to see like manipulation, somebody has a spirit of manipulation or a spirit of lust, oh my gosh, I can sense it in the spirit realm in a heartbeat what's going on behind scenes. So I feel like God has always been able to bring me the leaders because I can sense that they're the leader. It's been hard to explain, but I know that I know that I know there's a lot of things I can't explain when I was a kid, but I would be able to go find my mom's diamond ring that she dropped out of her ring because God showed me in a vision. It's in your car. I was 2. It's in your car seat. I go, Mom. I go find it. This is like 7 or 10 days later from her losing a diamond in a ring. And I had a dream. So God's been using a lot of things. He's bringing back like gifts that I had as a kid, but I just put down and didn't know I had. And we all have those gifts. So I went again to Red today and got prayer for some more things and saw a lady being healed. Okay, today in my vision, like it left her body, like the sin in the spirit realm. I mean, and it's not the lady that's praying, it's God. Okay, we're not going to celebrate a lady. Okay, because he can use any of us. So
That's
then
true.
I'm like nothing, but it has been awesome because I drive home and I know the Spirit's on me. Like it's like, holy moly. And I can't even stop, okay? So I get home and the neighbors who are like always so cute and nice, these little kids, come jumping out of the forest like, Sarah! And I'm like having this vision like I have a chance to love on these children. I could change their life. Because they live next to me. What am I doing? Like, and they're just like, they could sense God in the spirit realm. They could sense it. I know. My son came out of the house and hugged me. And I said, can you pray real quick for me? I am going to be training a national area and I need you to pray right now. And he started praying like this little like cheesy prayer. And I said, Hunter, I want you to pray. And he held me and he prayed. And I'm like, that was the most beautiful. And I felt like through God, I rocked it out of the ballpark today because God. And then I sat in his glory for an hour. I couldn't move. Ask Rachel. She said it in there. I'm like this. I'm like, babe, I'm snapping. Just look, but you're wide awake. I am in like God's grace right now. So I don't want to leave this. Does that make sense? That God is all about what we're doing right now. And it's not about me. No. And then my mom sends me another message about double. Listen, and I'm reading all this to Red praying in the spirit realm. She said, when my life changed, God said he was doubling all my blessings. And he gave her the year, and he's already given me the year. He's given me dates. He's given me, and it's just abundance mentality. It's not speaking, that's not going to happen over your life. It's saying, it's going to happen.
It's accepting and embracing good. It's okay. You can.
Second person in a
'Cause you
week
deserve
I've
it.
seen being healed. Second person in a week. And I'm talking completely healed. Okay? And so anyways, what was I reading? Oh, my mom sent this.
Yes.
This was awesome. My mom sent this, and she also, I feel like my mom's an angel on this earth.
I
mean,
do too.
She is an
Have
angel.
you guys ever met Anne?
Have you met my mom?
Oh, there
long
is
time ago.
She's an
definitely
angel on this
a
earth.
spiritual realm involved with her. Like, she's incredible.
And God's been, this is God using my mom, said this becomes extremely difficult when we are called to pray for those who have hurt us. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus instructed his followers to disregard the conventional, like what she's saying, not to live by what the society tells us. People hate you, well then shun them, turn your back. He's saying you need to pray for them.
Yeah.
And so conventional wisdom of the time regarding enemies and practice love through intercession instead. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. So when I'm in this room praying with this lady, her child comes in, tattling on her, and I just read this. Her child comes in, tattling on her others. Mom, brother called me a girl. She goes, good, leave and bless him. Go say, thank you for calling me a girl and pray for him.
Can I read something
Was
to you now to
exactly-
follow that?
Yeah, what she just sent her.
Forgiveness. You know what forgiveness means? I have two definitions for you. The first one is an older definition. Giving up that could have been different. Giving up that could have been different. It's too late. You can't change it.
It happened.
Give it up. Okay? That's one definition of forgiveness. The new definition, thank you for giving me that experience.
Oh.
Thank you for giving. What is forgive? It's forgive, for you gave me this
Wow.
experience that I need to be thankful
And
for.
God held you there.
He was
He
holding
held
you
you
the
through the
whole
storm.
time.
Listen to this. I'm going to piggyback one more message my angel mother sent.
Okay.
I mean, I'm telling you, if you can meet my mom, it's just, she's Christ on earth. She said this, for the balances are shifting. She sent this to me yesterday. She said, wow, this is a message that God said to send to you. She said, for the balances are shifting, and I, your victor, will appear upon your behalf. I am changing the order of things, and I am righting wrongs. So watch this week as the balance begin to shift in your favor. Angelic hosts are coming in double strength. I am like, no, you didn't, God. Like, you're so fun. What you have been doing and pressing for, double strength is coming. You have endured the war, the test, and the heat that has refined. Therefore, double will now come in the day of defining. See, when you are dealing with the things that happen, that you can't, they happen, so you can't hold on to them. You have to forgive.
Because you
You're
all
just,
have.
yeah.
You have your own war.
Yeah. You're in a war at that moment. You feel like you're just never going to get out, and the darts are hitting you, but God is asking you to stand, not to turn around and run, because the armor's not on your back. He never asked us to turn and run from war. He said the battle is already won, and you will be the victor, because he is fighting that battle for you. Okay? If you want to listen to a really powerful sermon, Charles Billingsley knocked it out of the ballpark last week on the battle. And how one person in the Bible won a whole war with like tens of thousands of people. One man won the battle. Because guess what? It didn't look pretty, but he didn't turn around.
And he
God
was
slayed
small.
the whole
He
army.
was small.
Super small.
And he didn't have the strength. But in God he did. In God he did. So you have that power within you. You were born with it. It's your birthright.
Yep.
God created you. So the power is there,
We
but
just
what
have to
are you
tap into
thinking?
it.
What are you thinking? What are you bringing into your life? Okay? So I'm just going to remind you that these things that happen in your life that you're like, ooh, I can't believe that happened to me, and it might seem like a coincidence. There are none. God does everything on purpose. So what I would tell you to do is as you acknowledge and notice these things more and more, just give praise to it.
Yes.
Just embrace it. Yes, this is my life.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what my life is about. It's not about not getting bookings, and it's about all this good stuff. And I accept it and bring it to me because it is mine.
But even accept and
God
praise
gives
the
it.
bad things, because she was saying, she's like, I celebrate. If somebody, this is just a small thing, but if somebody flicks you off, celebrate that you can pray for them because they are hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's people that are ugly to you, celebrate it and pray for them.
Because hurt people hurt people.
I have a priest that does our retreats and stuff, and he always says, praise God.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happens, you miss your flight, praise God. There's
Yeah.
a reason for it.
Always.
Somebody's mean to you, praise God. There's a reason for it. There's something good that can come out of it, like praying for them. Everything, praise God. That should end every sentence. Praise God.
The more that you start doing that, the more that you start acknowledging these things and noticing these things, the faster it's going to start happening. And that is exactly what her and I are experiencing right now.
We're experiencing
snowball.
floodgates.
It's like, whoa! It's just like
even
all
if this beauty blog
awesome stuff is happening,
happens or doesn't happen, I believe that I can do it, and I believe that God will open another door.
It will happen.
It will
in some form, and we're ready. What you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. So if you're constantly focused on your circumstances and why you're here and why you're broke and why this happened, and there's hurt. People die. Okay, financial disasters happen. Husbands leave. Wives get cheated on. Bad stuff. But guess what? The good things are happening too, but you're not paying attention because you get so consumed with yourself and your sorrow and your pity for yourself that you lose focus on all the good things. So those 10 things that you wrote down, when you get home, you need to add at least 40 more because I guarantee you they're there. You're just not paying attention. What I'm asking you to do is pay attention to your universe. Pay attention to what's happening around you
every
on a daily basis.
Of every day.
You become more aware by doing that. Surround yourself constantly with things that raise your awareness. Immerse yourself in things that add value. What are you listening to? What are you listening to on the radio? What books are you reading? What TV are you watching? Who are you spending time with? Is it encouraging you and is it giving you value or is it dragging you down? Watch The Secret over and over and over again until you get it. And when you're done with that, move on to the next thing because they're all out there. And all these successful
people. You can have a
people,
secret movie at my house.
Yes.
Because I have it.
All these successful people.
on Netflix.
Yeah. Read books. They read books that are uplifting and teach you how to do these things. And there's so much material out there that you could immerse yourself in. And believe me, things are going to start changing. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be in awe about it. Void all things that weaken you.
Amen.
Void all things that weaken you. If it is not good, get rid of it. It's not meant to be in your life. If it is not good, get rid of it. It might be a person. Mm-hmm. Too bad. Sorry. They got to go.
Yeah.
If they're not adding value to your life and building you up, they have to go. And it might be somebody really special to you, but if they're not adding value, they have to go.
I've had that recently in my family. Someone that was really, really hard for me to just let go.
Yeah.
But I had to do it. Had to because it was just so stressful. Like it was killing me,
bringing you up.
And ever since, I just let it go, and I forgive him. I forgive myself, and I pray about it, and I haven't no stress.
Because if you're not freeing yourself up of that, you're in bondage. Mm-hmm. And again, stuck. You cannot be your best self if you're in bondage about something with someone. Any of that, you have to let it go. So I was telling you before, a thought is mental energy that can be measured. It's real. Everyone in the universe has the opportunity to release themselves of being a victim and begin to take control of their life's destiny. I'm going to say that again. A thought is mental energy that can be measured. Everyone in the universe has the opportunity to release themselves of being a victim and begin to take control of their own destiny just with their thoughts. Gratitude. Okay, you need to go get a journal. This is another part of your homework. Get a journal, and it's called Gratitude Journal. Nothing new can come into your life unless you're grateful for what you already have. Nothing new can come into your life unless you're grateful for what you already have. Let me share something with you. On the same note of letting go of people, I have let go of people, okay? But the thought crossed my mind the other day, and it wasn't a coincidence. God planted this in my heart and in my mind because he wants me to fix it. He wants me to let him fix it and take that journey with him. He said to me, Mandy, because I kept saying, why don't I have any new consultants? Like, why, like, where are all the people at? Like, I'm a great recruiter. I'm really good at it, but where are the new people? And God said, guess what? I'm not going to give you another single person until you fix the relationships you already have.
Oh, that's
and I'm like,
amazing.
Oh, crap. Okay. So a couple of days later, I get a long message from one of the people that I have had a bad relationship with, this woman. And so that is the beginning of healing in that relationship. Another person.
A team member, but God gave you a team member.
He gave me a team member. He did. Another woman that, things went sour with. I decided to do something out of the ordinary. I was driving down the road with my kids. I had a million things to do. As a matter of fact, I had an appointment. And God said, go and do this. Go do this good thing for this person, even though you haven't talked to her in forever. Yeah. And even though she might not reciprocate, and don't expect anything. She might not say a single thing to you. So I went and did it. And it was a big gesture. And I went and I made this gesture, and I didn't see this person. I just did it, left it there. And I got a text later about how truly special that was to her. But don't expect anything. You do these things because God tells you to. Okay? So again, gratitude. Nothing new can come into your life. No new relationships. Nothing new until you're grateful for what you already have. So again, that doesn't mean that these two relationships I'm going to be like, pouring my heart and soul into, but there's going to have to be forgiveness, which is what follows. Forgiveness, giving up that which could have been different. It's too late now, it's already done. And then just thanking and for that forgiveness, for that experience. Just thanking for that experience because it made me who I am. So I'm still grateful for it, okay? And then the last thing I just want to say to you, which I've already said, is you deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel good. Okay, so I'm asking you to challenge yourself. Write the 50 things. Watch The Secret. Go get your gratitude journal and start writing in it every day. What are you thankful for? Whatever it is. Thank you, God, for this. Thank you, God, for that. And so that is the end of my thought training. And next week I am probably going to be bringing a video about the power of speech, which you speak about, you bring about. And so we're going to talk about that probably. But thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm Mandy Ayers, Future Executive Senior Sales Director with Sarah.
And Sarah Krasinski and our teams.
And
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and I just hope that this applies to you in every way of your life, not just in Mary Kay. For those of you that are not in Mary Kay, I just pray that this would help you in some way. And if you have any questions, I'm on Facebook. You can contact me, and I would be happy to talk more about this little episode. Thanks. Have a good night.